But executive coaching to me was a client would come to me with a problem. Okay, so this boulder here represents a problem. So let's say, for example, the goal is to help them to get a promotion. Okay, let's say that's the stated objective, that's the goal. Laura, can you coach me to help me get my promotion? Okay, great. And so they come to me for a session and I sit down and we start to talk using the GROW model. That's the goal. Where are you now? What's the current reality? What blockers do you have? And in your manuals, I've written down some questions for you that you could ask into each of the 4 sections if you wanted to. And I'd explore where they are now. And then I'd get to the point of going, okay, that's great. So we know where you are now. Let's look at what are the options. What action could you take? And when we're doing coaching, we're always going to look for 3. Okay, 1's not a choice, 2 is a dilemma, 3 is actually a choice. So we always go for 3 options. And we help them think through the upsides and the downsides of each of those options. And doing nothing, by the way, is an option. A lot of people think it isn't, but it really is. So I might, in this example of a promotion, doing nothing is an option. Okay, what's the benefits of doing that? I stay where I am, comfy slippers, all great. What's the downside to doing that? I don't get the money, I don't get the kudos. Okay, great. What's the other option? Other option, I move company. Okay, what's the upside benefit of doing that? The downside. And you just work through that. So you get to the point of then agreeing actions. Okay, so what are you actually going to do? And so we have a chat with them and they say, right, these are the actions that I'm going to take. So we're now doing, in the GROW model, we're now doing the way forward. So what are you going to do about it? And they might say, well, one of the things is I need to have a chat with the boss because I need to ask them what's the opportunity of them supporting me with a promotion in a different department. Okay, great. When are you going to do that by? And many of you in here will be familiar with doing good action plans. What you're going to do, by when, what support do you need? Another one might be, an action might be to go and research the market, see what else is out there that might meet his or her requirements. When are you going to do it? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's say we've agreed a load of actions. And that's all good so far. Brilliant. I facilitated their thinking. I've helped them to come up with the answers. I haven't sat there and said, you need to go and investigate the job market. They have decided for themselves what they're going to do. So we have an action. They're going to, let's say we're going to have a conversation with the boss. Okay, that's one of the actions that we've agreed. And during the conversation, we've gone from problem, I can't have the promotion, and we've moved the boulder all the way up here, which is where our action now sits. So we've made progress. We're going to have the conversation. That's one of the things that we're going to do. One of the things I love doing with coaching clients when I'm assessing the way forward stroke will, the will element is about asking the client how committed are they to taking that action. Typically we'd use a scale of 0 to 10. So on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is highly committed and 0 is not committed at all, what number would you give your commitment to that action? And let's say they've said it's an 8, which point I'd be saying, so what makes it a 9? Okay, so I'm as committed as possible to taking the action. And I'll do that with every single coaching client. But let's say we've got a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'm committed to doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have the conversation with the boss. Happy days. Client leaves me. I'm happy as a coach because I think brilliant. 3 great actions there. Commitment on all of them. Can't wait to see them in a few weeks' time to see what progress they've made. They come back. I'm all excited because I'm like, I can't wait to hear what they've done and I can't wait to hear the conversation's gone and all that kind of stuff. And they walk in and the first thing that you will always do with the next coaching conversation is review the actions from last time. So I sit down with the client and I say, so let's go through your actions for last time. Did you do them? Well, Laura, I mean, I meant to do them. And I say, go on. Well, you know that one, I mean, the conversation about the boss, you know, well, and it's 2 weeks since I've seen you. I mean, he's been off for a week. And then I wasn't in the office. Now, what's happened in the 2 weeks since I've seen the person is the boulder has rolled back down the hill. We've now moved from having a solution back to having a problem. And so I dig a bit deeper. So I say, so what stopped you having the conversation? Well, he was off, I've said that. And the opportunity didn't present itself. I wasn't in the office a few days, you know, paths didn't cross. And you're probably starting to get to know me a little bit, but I'm quite cheeky. And so I turn around and I say to them, never heard of a telephone? Well, yes, I suppose I could have done that. Okay, now, this conversation can go on. And executive coaching, business coaching, what I call conscious mind coaching, teaches you to ask great questions. And there is a place for great questions, absolutely. But I need to know the reason behind the fact that this has come back down the hill and is now a problem again. What stopped them taking the action?